What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Whoa. One time for the one time. Right back at it. You know, this ain't nothing but a whole lot of hard work and dedication. Whole lot of hard work and dedication. All work is easy work. You know, we bought none and fade them all. Turn up. Yeah. Yeah. Whole lot of gang shit. Big Chief in this bitch. You better believe it. We do this shit every day over here, homie. In the real, real way, man. We about to go up. I got something special for y'all today. I got something special for y'all today. We're gonna hold the line today. You know, motherfuckers be having this to say and that to say. We're gonna kill that shit though. We finna kill all that today, man. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling out there, man? Bang the like button on the way in. You hating that nigga, whoever you are, bitch, your mama sell pussy for a $3 rock, okay? Bitch, I crushed up, bitch, I went and picked up a rock off the ground. I sold that bitch some bread with some Orajel on it. I sold your Dauphine ass mama some bread with some Orajel on it. With a nasty, trifling ass. Bitch, still around here hating, ho. Every day, it's the same nigga, grown ass man, got kids at home, and nigga come through this hoe every day to make it his business to come hate on him. But see, use a hold of your heart, nigga. Cause you know who I am. I don't know who you are, though. Use a hold of your heart, nigga. And your mama's a Dauphine ass bitch, and she sell that pussy for a $3 piece. Facts, nigga. Get your weak ass on somewhere. Oh, broke ass, miserable ass, hoe ass nigga. Or get your bitch ass in the paint, nigga. Get your bitch ass in the paint with me, nigga. Jealous ass nigga. We going all the way up though, man. How y'all feeling today? Yeah, turn up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right back at it. Right back at it. Who in this motherfucker, man? Uh-oh, watch out now, goddamn Fly Birdie. Yeah. Fly Birdie in the building. How you feeling? It's gonna be a beautiful day, goddamn. She got the wings up too, goddamn. Birth from walking in this motherfucker. Omega Red, I see you, family. Big not to wait cheap. Donald Grant in the building. Yeah. Crush the legend. I see you, OG Carly Crush. We going all the way up in this motherfucker. Yeah. 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 Cut Jr. in this motherfucker, boy. He had him a hell of a night last night, boy. Had him a hell of a night. I ain't gonna get in your business though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get in your business. True King in the building. He say the show hasn't started and the nigga hating already and thumbs it down. What's up? Yeah, man. You know these niggas ain't. These niggas come through this hoe every day, man, and say, damn, this nigga ain't fell off yet. How is this nigga, how is he coming out here kicking information every day? How is this nigga going platinum in the ghetto every day? This nigga is killing the game. The shit is starting not to even be fair. The nigga is separating himself. The margin is getting so wide now, man. I don't even think niggas gonna be able to catch up. We gotta stop him. That nigga say we gotta get together and stop this nigga, man. Y'all nigga, man. Y'all nigga shining on us, man. Shit. And then he coming back with another one. Then the nigga right back at it. Nigga right back at it like a crack at it, man. God damn, man. I don't know what. This little one like a dang, yo. This shit ain't fading. Shit. This little old one like ain't helping not, goddamn. Unk in the building. What's up with it now? This single boy, when I get older, goddamn, I want to be just like you. And Donald Grant, goddamn. Both of them niggas still fucking 25, 26-year-olds and shit. Both of them niggas still fucking 25, 26-year-olds and shit, man. But I want to be just like y'all niggas. I want to be just like Nolly Seeker and Donald Grant when I get older, goddamn. Miss Neatha in the building. What's up with it, Miss Neatha? Winston Lee in the building. What's up with it, Fade? How you doing, Queen? Turn up, sis. Donna Scott the third in the building. Big up. Ryder Miz. Mr. Finesse in the building. Finessing on these hoes. You understand me? Finessing on these hoes. Yeah. Yeah. Joe Jack, I see you. Nine Neatha in the building. He said, whoever hit the dislike button, may the ancestors have it and push that ass down a long flight. I'm trying to tell you. I'm talking about, nigga, I hope you walk out there and fall right on your shit. So Eagle 99 in this big murr. He say, grown ass man, the baby's hungry. He come here. Hey, hold on, nigga. Let me go hate on this nigga. Let me go hate on this nigga real quick. B&B Boxing. What's up with it, family? Joe Jack in the super chat, crushed the legend right on top of him. In a real way. G5 Gabe, I see you, family. He say, salute, chat, let's cook. Damn, that motherfucker jumped all the way on y'all niggas ass. Almighty Law in the building. Yeah. Tree said, what's up with it? Teresa come hug with Nick. Mr. J Dub, my nigga, what's up with it, family? Cherokee, Tomball, Texas. Acres home by way of Tomball, Texas, in this bitch. Cherry Street. Wallace Carroll in the building. Yeah. All that hate ain't gonna do nothing. You know, I respond with the information. You do all the hate you want, I respond with information. Cash House Greatest in this motherfucker. What's up with it? Chauncey Moore, Super Dad to the rescue on you niggas ass, all right? Super Dad, I seen they got them new little backpacks where you pack the baby in them and shit. I seen them motherfuckers. I thought about you. I say that nigga there, that motherfucker there got the little straps on the side and shit where you put the bottles and the pampers and all that shit in, nigga. You might want to look into it. You know what I'm saying? No Marie, what's up with it, Queen? Come hug my neck, sis. How you feeling? Double R in the building, goddamn. Yeah, I seen that shit. Houston got a code red, you know, Harris County code red right now. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I leave tomorrow, man, so I'm supposed to go to Paris tomorrow. So we'll see how it work out. Take off Tyson in this big coming in, whole gun blazing, bang, bang. Xavier Moses in this motherfucker, D. Pre the Aborigine. In a real way. Focus ball in there. Tara, what's up with it? The champ is here. The champ is here. What's up with it, Tara? How you feeling? All right, we can go and get into it, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, you feel me? Hope y'all bang the like button, goddamn. Rodamir say, haters gonna haters do what crybabies do. We still active. Top Cat dropping info. Yeah, man, you know, we just gonna bring the pain on these whole ass nigga, man, pound on the concrete. You feel me? It really ain't nothing but a whole lot of information. I bet a bitch ass nigga won't bring his whole ass up in here and get in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, I spit in your face in a real way, bitch. You know, I take y'all back, nigga, and, you know, put a couple holes in your bitch ass. You understand me? Leave your motherfucking ass smoking. Like your $3 rock smoking ass mama, nigga. Bitch went in the store and bought a rose out the stove, nigga, and fired that bitch up, nigga. Yes, she did. Jack say, I remember you called out and asked people to come build with you on the black community. Now everybody talk about their opinion on the black community. Watch out for style thing. Hey, man, you know, Best ever did he got away with it, man, you know. Best ever did he got away with it, man. I'm out here on the island by myself, man. Goddamn, I ain't got no friends and shit. Goddamn, you know. Hey, man, Big Baba kissed me on the forehead and told me, goddamn, nigga, you before your time. You understand me, nigga? Y'all remember in the Lion King, they went and held up a little symbol, goddamn. They say, nigga, he has arrived. You understand me? In a real motherfucking way, man. We gonna tap right into it, man. So, we about to kill a whole lot of niggas. We about to tear a whole lot of niggas sources up around this motherfucker, man. You know, cause niggas like to go run back to these sources. Woo, we finna kill a nigga primary around this bitch. We finna go right to the primary, goddamn, and smoke them out. Yeah, how you do, goddamn. Y'all get the back door, nigga. I'm gonna get the front door. We finna smoke them out. We about to smoke them out. The lovely Lady T, man. Hey, y'all, my manager in the house, Lady T. Goddamn, I'm going on tour. We will be notifying y'all. I'm going on tour in a little while. And I hope y'all enjoy the show. Cause you say, Tara, I'm getting my weight up, Queen. I don't like that losing shit. I don't like that shit at all. Okay, all the ass whoopers and shit. That ain't in my ass whoopers. Ain't in my vocabulary. To know her, what's up? She say, get your ass on the plane and get to the States, man. My day supposed to be tomorrow. Tomorrow probably be my last day here. I know I'm tired of telling y'all that shit, but the Lord say the same. If the Lord say the same, I'll be in Paris tomorrow, goddamn, and I'll let y'all know when I'm on the way home, goddamn. Cherokee say Top Cats, they shut down Houston today. Stay home. Order back in effect. Yeah, I seen that shit, man. These hoes getting real political out here. They getting real political. Harlem World in the building. Dark Truth say that's how the truth do you. Yeah, man, it's real. Dion, I finally took care of you, nigga. I finally figured it out. I had to go watch an old video. And then when you popped up, I was able to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? In the real way, man. Yeah, man, y'all know, man. Hey, man. A lot of niggas be looking at me like, who the fuck that nigga think he is? And then y'all be showing me so much love, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be really feeling like they deserve to shine and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I ain't in the competition, goddamn. I'm a 22 person, nigga. I work better in teams any motherfucking way. But I can hold my own though, nigga, as you can see. But niggas keep coming out here dropping demo after demo, nigga. The gap is getting so motherfucking wide now, you know what I'm saying? For the information, niggas ain't gonna never be able to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Give me my motherfucking crown right now, nigga. You understand me? Best ever did he got away with it. Let's turn up, man. He said, cuz, let them hold that big truck if they don't let you back. Yeah, I got you. That bitch damn sure need to be crunk up too. You know what I'm saying? That bitch been sitting up. Truck been sitting up, man. Goddamn, all that big old ass money maker with all them hips and ass on her. That bitch sitting up too, goddamn. All right, so we about to come over here, man. Y'all seen the title, this Ancestry.com shit, right? And so, motherfuckers be running around here, man. This be their first, what they want to send you to, right? This is a Pan-African primary source, right? Pan-African primary source. Niggas do all that talking. It's a lot of motherfuckers come out here and do all that talking about a motherfucking Ancestry.com. You know what I'm saying? And then they didn't even went further and told niggas, you know what? We can tell you what. We can tell you what. The other little kids like $100. You go get that $300 motherfucker. They tell you, nigga, we can tell you who your ancestors are, what tribe you come from. I said, woo. These niggas said they can tell you what tribe you come from now. Well, we gonna figure this shit out, right? Like I say, homie, we deal with a beginning, middle. It's always a beginning, middle, and the end of everything. So we're going to take it back to the beginning. Let me share my screen. Let's go and get into it. Nigga. That day is over with, nigga. We finna smoke them out. They'll never be able to use that shit again. Never be able to use that shit again. All right. So we right here on the site. We over here on the site. AfricanAncestry.com. This they site right here. You feel me? Check them out. Safe and secure and painless. From a simple swab from inside the cheek, your DNA is kept completely confidential and destroyed after analysis. We never sell your information. They lying like a motherfucker on that. Nigga gotta tell you that. That mean he got one hand in the pocket on your ass. Let's be specific. Once we receive your DNA sample, laboratory extract your DNA genetic sequence. Scientists compare your sequence to a large database of African genetic sequence in existence, right? Founded more than 15 years ago, African Ancestry is 100% Black owned and employs Black genetics and staff support Black business. And right here, this nigga just lied in your face, okay? He just lied in your motherfucking face, all right? Right here, Black owned since 2003. They just lied to you. Then he got the African symbol in the background and all this type of shit, huh? They're really trying to do numbers on niggas, boy. All right, and so we come right here. Take the community's word for it. And so you got N.D.R. Reed, Anthony Anderson, Shirley Ralph, John Hope Bryant. You feel me? Let's come up real quick. Celebrate our warrior spirit. It's knowledge that will last generations, huh? Okay. All right. Now I seen this interview on the Breakfast Club and all that. He told them, you know what? You know what? He said he did his DNA test, took it back to Africa, and he said he got the Ancestry.com when, I mean, the African Ancestry.com when, and that shit that took him to, he said, and that let him find out who his tribe is, right? He told Charlemagne, nigga, you got to go take the African one. And so right here, when we come on about the test, how African ancestry test different from other ancestry tests, our test place our African ancestry in a present day country, and ethnic group or tribe, right? Now this is saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? Nick, there's some super science shit going on right here. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a game, family. It's all a game. Use the largest number of African DNA samples in the industry to analyze your ancestry. We do not maintain a database of custom information. But when you come down here, right? When you come down here, how reliable are the tests, right? Let's check it out. For lineage-based tests, reliability depends on several things, such as the size of the database, the sampling of lineage, and the accuracy of lineage matches. Our database is the most comprehensive resource of African lineage available. We have worked with historians, archaeologists, anthropologists, and genetics to build the largest collection of African ancestry in the world. We use a sequence similarity score, SSS measures, to determine the match, right? So they do a sequence similarity score, okay? Sequence similarity score. First off, if it's similar, it's something like it. It ain't it, but it's something like it type of shit, right? Kinda like it, might be. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of right there on the type of shit, right? The SSS measure is a likelihood estimate based on the frequency or identical and closely related, right? 99% haplotypes. It is our degree of confidence in our skills, Dr. Killer. So he said is a measure. The SSS measure is a likelihood. It's a likelihood estimate, okay? It's a likelihood estimate based on the frequency of identical. Okay, so let's talk about it, homie. What? Let's get over here with it, right? We're gonna come right here. Bones reveal. Where did this all come from, right? Let's talk about it. Bones reveal little known tale of New York slaves. All right, now this is coming. This is back in. This is coming from 1998, right? New York. Far beneath the busy cityscape of the New York Lower Manhattan lies centuries-old cemetery. The burial ground discovered in 1991 by construction workers contains more than 400 remains of what is believed to be the first group of African slaves. All right, I want y'all to check this out. All right. What is believed to be the first group of African slaves. Now, ain't nobody told them these was African slaves. Nobody told them that these were African slaves. Okay? What is believed? Well, who believed the shit, nigga? Who believe it? Or is this happening by design, right? What is to believe the first group of African slaves? And notice white folks always, you keep getting hit with the first. Niggas don't say some African, they always telling you the first, right? The first group of African slaves brought to the city. It is also tells a little known story of early New York. The bones are almost pristine despite being buried for more than 2,000 years. Represents the emergence of an African American culture in the United States, according to Dr. Warren Perry, an archaeologist of the African Burial Project, right? African Burial Project. Dr. Michael Blakely, a biologist anthropologist from Howard University, says the bones also reveal a great deal about who the slaves were and offer hints of where they came from. I wonder how he do that shit, right? And while most people think of slavery as being concentrated in the rural or the southern parts of the country, Edna Medford of the historical component says New York had a significant slave population during the 18th century. Okay, now right here, it says a lot right here. This right here tell you a whole lot, right? Let's walk this down. And while most people think of slavery as having been a concentrated in a rural or the southern parts of the country, Edna Medford of historical components says New York had a significant slave population during the 18th century. All right. Listen, homie, this is super duper important to what we about to take this bill. Scientists hope the bones will shed new light on the lives of enslaved Africans during the colonial period. Blakey says the bones have already revealed that African slaves were probably, another guess, nigga still guessing, were probably involved in a range of activities helping to transform New York into a bustling seaport. How in the fuck a slave from Africa gonna come over here and goddamn transform New York into a bustling seaport? Okay, well, we'll find out. The bones show the hardship of the Africans faced the moment they stepped off the slave ship. In some cases, they literally were worked to death. Okay, all right, and so Blakely demonstrates how the knees and the bones work and all of this shit here. All right, so we'll okay, let's come down here. Further examination of the teeth and the bone revealed Africans were enslaved as children and shipped and had shipped here had more cause of metabolic illness and malnutrition. The children who spent their childhood in Africa and later died as adults. Those through the research of artifacts and further DNA studies, scientists hope to trace the slave origin. Listen, watch this here. Cause see, they keep telling us that they believe that they from Africa, right? Through the research of artifacts and further DNA studies, scientists hope to trace the slaves' origins back to the particular countries they came from on the African continent. Once that is done, the remains of the enslaved will be returned to the earth. A portion of the original burial ground will be set aside, a lasting memorial. Okay? So where did this take place? Where did this whole idea come from, right? It is called the African Burial Ground in New York City. Okay. This whole thing comes from a burial ground in New York City, in Manhattan. Okay. New York City, Manhattan, 1991. Damn, hold on. Let me pull up the chat, man. My phone be tripping, man. I gotta get a whole new phone. I dropped it, and it's been tripping, man, ever since. Phone been tripping ever since. Hold up, man. I can't see this. Let me check on y'all real quick. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling out there? All right. Hey, drop a one if y'all with me. Drop a one if y'all with me. We finna turn up. We finna go and go back in. I gotta check on y'all. My phone tripping on me, man. I can't see the chat. All right, let's get to it. Let me share my screen. All right. I see you, Bert. Let's go and get back to it. We finna kill that whole little primary, all right? They'll never be able to use it again. They'll never be able to use that shit again, all right? So where did this come from? The African Burial Ground in New York City, right? Now, this is coming from Howard University. This is coming from Howard University right here. College Arts and Science. Now, all right. The African Burial Ground, ABG, called it ABG, in New York City, the nation's largest national monument dedicated to African people, has been called the single most important historic urban archaeology project undertaken in the United States. Over 20,000 Africans were buried across the 5-acre burial ground during the 17th and the 18th century. Okay? Keep this in mind. 17th and 18th century. All right? This in New York. So this whole little ancestry, what I'm about to tell you, this whole ancestry AfricanAncestry.com shit, right, comes from the African Burial Ground in New York City. Okay, coming out of Howard University, right? Now let's talk about it. For hundreds of 19 unbreaking, for hundreds of 19 unearthed remains was sent to Howard University. You know what? Was sent to Howard University, Montage Carr Biology Anthropology Laboratory, which coordinated a historical, anthropological, and biological examination of each body of the world they taught and they died. The Howard Group The Howard Group used the study tour to commemorate the university role in ABG research to mark the fifth anniversary on October the 2003, reinterment of the remains at the site, the rites of ancestral return, which began at Howard Andrew Rankin Chapel on September the 30th and accumulated at the burial ground October the 3rd through the 4th, 2003. On Saturday, November 15th, Howard students, staff, and facility toured the New York burial ground at Schoenberg Center of Research in Black Culture. The ABG is the nation's largest monument dedicated to African people, has been called the single most important historic urban archaeology project undertaken in the United States. All right, now we're gonna check it out, right? This is the ABG. Let's come over here. All right, now we just went to the CNN article right there. Then we're gonna come over here. This coming out of the Washington Post, right? Coming out the Washington Post. Surprise discovery. 2 centuries ago, map makers noted a Negro burial ground in Lower Manhattan. Okay, this is the ABG, right? Now check it out. 2 centuries ago, map makers noted a Negro burial ground in Lower Manhattan, near the sites of today's City Hall. Yet federal officials were surprised in 1991 when, at the precise spot, construction workers excavating for a proposed federal building began unearthing intact burial, skeletal remains, grave goods, and remnants of the coffin. The site was part of the 5-acre 18th century cemetery that historians held the remains of as many as 20,000 people. Now notice they call it many as 20,000 people, but when we was over here, they steady calling them Africans. 20,000 Africans, right? First you tell us you believe, and through the article, you start telling us that these were 20,000 Africans. You know what I mean? So just check them out. The Advisory Council of Historical Preservation and the independent federal agency immediately advised the General Service Administration to develop a plan to perceive the site's historic value. But GSA officials, worried about costly delays, initially declined to modify the construction schedule. Instead, GSA accelerated the excavation and in a year's time had unearthed more than 400 skeletal remains. Okay, so they pulled up 400 skeletal remains. This was the GSA at this time. In the meantime, New York's Black community accused the government of desecrating sacred grounds and mishandling the remains, some of which were wrapped in newspaper. A scientist genuinely handling of one burial would later discover that the words New York Post had transferred onto a skull. So somebody then wrote New York Post on the skull. You see how they do other people? The proper preservation approach, some argue, would be scrap plans for the office building. Advocates held visuals, protests, and news conference. Former New York Mayor David N. Dinkins asked Congress to intervene. 1992, the Republican Rep. Gus Savage, Democrat, chairman of subcommittee of public building and grounds, called for the construction to cease until the GSA. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can get my shit working, man. The GSA mitigated damage to the site. In response, the agency halted construction and agreed to multi-phase plan that will fund research. Check it out. That will fund research, develop a memorial interpretive center at the site, and re-enter the remains. Advocates saw a parallel between the demands and a long-going struggle of Native Americans. Advocates saw parallels between their demands and the long ongoing struggle of Native Americans. Their campaign against desecration of Native American burial grounds led to the passage of the 1990. Listen to me, family. Watch this here. Oh, we finna talk about it. Advocates saw parallels between their demands and the long ongoing struggle of Native Americans. Their campaign against the desecration of Native American burial grounds led to the passage of a 1990 federal law that gives them control of grave sites on federal land and requires the return of cultural items and human remains. Now, check this out, right? This same grave site, right? Let's come up here. Let's come up here. 2 centuries ago, map makers noted a Negro burial ground in Lower Manhattan. This site was part of a 5-acre 18th century cemetery that historians held the remains of 20,000 people, right? Now watch this here. The GSA accelerated year time unearthed 400 skeletal remains. So they done pulled them up out of these remains. Check them out. Let's go right here. Hold on. In the meantime, New York black community accused government of desecrating sacred grounds and mishandling them, right? So they found body parts wrapped in newspaper. New York Post wrote on the skull. At the same time, what happened, Native Americans came a year later before they end up, so Native American, this was a Native American burial ground. Listen to them, family. Turns out this really was a Native American burial ground, which led to the passage of the 1990 federal law that gives control over grave sites land requires to return cultural items and remain. So they had passed the law in 1990, federal law, that said that long as it's on federal land, they could go in there and dig up these remains and cultural items and human remains, right? As long as they put them back. So that's why when you come up here, it said GSA accelerated the excavation in a year's time and unearthed more than 400 skeletal remains, right? And then when it come right here, it say develop a memorial and interpretive center at the site and re-enter the remains, right? So they're gonna take them out and put them back. And they doing it under this case because this was a what? A Native American burial ground. In New York, activists insisted that black experts were needed to be placed at the burial ground in proper historical and cultural context. Listen, homie, here go the fly shit right here. In New York, activists insisted that black experts were needed to place the burial ground in proper historical and cultural context. As a result, Howard received a contract to oversee the project. Okay. Howard got the project. All right. Walk with me, family. I'm finna fuck your head up. I'm about to fuck your head up. We ain't got to the good shit yet, nigga. About that time, it became apparent to federal officials that the new demands and advocates would push the expenses. The initial federal proposal of 2.3 million would not begin to cover the expanding project. In 1993, the burial ground was declared a National Historic Landmark, and Howard Project create such a stir among archaeologists and researchers that it was featured in documentaries and books. The equivalent to Roots to the scientists at Howard. The cemetery and the secrets it held were the anthropological equivalent of Alex Haley Roots, the hugely popular book and television series that trace Haley's ancestral back to slavery. Relying on ambitious research design, the Howard scientists set out to uncover enough evidence to reconstruct the burial ground, population entire existence from countries of origins that causes the death. Michael L. Blakely, the Howard anthropologist who assembled a guide team of mostly black scientists from 9 universities, also saw an opportunity to tackle America's race problem. Okay, now watch this shit get political real quick on you, right? Also saw an opportunity to tackle America's race problems. We seek to reverse the false histories that deny the African material contribution. We seek to reverse the false histories that deny the African material contributions to the building of the Western world. Okay, Blakey wrote in a report to the United Nations Human Rights Conference in Switzerland. All right, so this was all an agenda. It's all an agenda. The scientists' early finding fueled expectations, providing a person-by-person picture of Black life in America 200 years ago. Mark E. Mack, an intern curator at Howard's Cobb Laboratory, described how a man labeled Burial 101 exemplified the project promise. He stood nearly 6 feet tall and had been physically active as a teenager, judging by early injuries to his shoulder. He had suffered from yaws, a chronic infectious disease common in the tropics. He died at 35, and mourners embellished his wood coffin, brass tacks, strange heart, believed to be West African symbols called Sankofa. DNA tests linked the man to material ancestry in West Africa. Okay? Check them out. DNA tests linked the man material ancestors to West Africa. In burial after burial, the researchers analyzed skeletons lining shroud coffin pins and coffins fragments to draw conclusions about social conditions and harshness of slavery. All right. Now it's a long article. We got a long bill. So we're gonna come over here. May 29, 2000, Washington. It's coming out the LA Times. Generations of Black Americans have longed to reconnect with their African roots, only to be frustrated by the improbability of knowing where their ancestors lived on the vast continent, right? Generations, check it out. Generations Generations of Black Americans have longed to reconnect with their African roots, only to be frustrated by the improbability of knowing where their ancestors lived on the vast continent. So you niggas want to know where y'all ancestors lived on the continent. You know, these niggas be always talking about the continent. And so they say, okay, now you niggas want to know who your people live. Y'all want to know who y'all people live, goddamn. All right. So check it out. So when Rick Kittles, a young ambitious geneticist at Howard University. So when Rick Kittles, a young and ambitious geneticist at Howard University, proposed using DNA testing to pinpoint the exact region or tribe of their forebears, hundreds of African Americans contacted his lab with expectations that a $300 blood test could link them to their long lost lineage. Like a dream too good to be true, such hopes remain impossible to grasp. Kittles and Howard University are in the embarrassing position of backtracking on their African ancestry project. Okay? But on the site, what he tell you? It's Black owned. He told you niggas it's Black owned on that site, homie. That's what he told you. Big Chief gonna go dig him out though. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, I'ma smoke you out. Come on, Pan Africans, where you at, family? And all these other niggas who want to run you back to these goddamn DNA test, nigga. Come on out, nigga. All right, Kittles and Howard University are in the embarrassing position of backtracking on their African ancestry project, which was scheduled to debut with the large-scale genetic test this summer. They also are scrambling to find explanations for government funders and others in the scientific community about how the university could have promoted so ambitious a proposal without adequate supervision. Okay? It was a play. They didn't even have adequate supervision there, right? Government funding, okay? But he tell you it's Black owned, support Black business. A glizzy website featuring images of African culture and urging prospective Black American blood sample donors to find out more about ourselves by examining our genetic makeup and developing a genetic fingerprint has been dismantled. Kittles and other Howard officials connected with the African Ancestry Project declined to repeated requests for interviews in the Times. While some scientists predict that it may be too soon to achieve Just what Kittles advertised on the website, many experts familiar with DNA research say the technology is too new to market to the public. Someone has taken someone else half-baked. Check this out, y'all. Someone has taken someone else half-baked cake and started selling slices to the public, said Michael Blakely. Y'all remember Michael Blakely from the CNN article in 1998? Director of the African Burial Ground Project. Okay? Remember we brought you over here, huh? Howard University. All these niggas coming out of Howard. They coming out of Howard. Blakely, who teaches anthropology at Howard and Brown University, said it's immensely possible to do what Kittle's proposing. In fact, he said, Kittle's, check it out. Check it out. Kittle's got the idea from their collaboration on the New York project, where a group of scientists is attempting to match the DNA extracted from skeleton remains found 8 years ago at an urban construction site with genetic samples of Africans dispersed across the continent and the Caribbean. Additionally, the group is building a computer database of DNA samples from Native American, European, and ethnic groups that might have commingled with African slaves, commingled with African slaves. All right. All right. So you know what they doing, homie. What's up with it, Deity? Uh-oh, goddamn. You got the female typecast in here. Deity, man, why is you so hard to get in touch with? Why I gotta look for you? Why I gotta look for you, Deity? Why I gotta look for you, Deity? I need to talk to you, man. You need to get in touch with me, woman. All right, so check them out, huh? Y'all see where he got it from, right? Kittles got the idea from their collaboration of a New York project where a board of scientists is attempting to match the DNA extracted from skeletal remains found 8 years ago in urban construction. 8 years ago in that urban construction, homie, they found the bones. This is where they found the bones at. This is where they found the bones at. They call it the African burial ground. But we come up here on the CNN, bones reveal little known tales of New York slaves, right? All they saying is they were slaves. Now this will bring us over here. Manhattan to Manhattan. The Manhattan to the Manhattan. Native Americans in Lower Manhattan. Now remember, right? They had to pass a law, federal law in 1990, because this was a Indian burial ground. Okay, it was an Indian burial ground, and then they passed legislation in 1990. Came back in 1991, right? Now they told you it's black people down there. It's a Negro burial site. Came back in 91 doing construction in Manhattan, fuck around and found the burial site, right? It's niggas down there. And so they didn't funded this whole little project, take niggas from here. But where are they getting the DNA from? They getting the DNA from these motherfucking black folks that they found down here. Now they told you they was African though. But we finna find out. We about to find out what happened. Manhattan to Manhattan. Native Americans in Lower Manhattan. All right, this coming from the Smithsonian. What's up, Sugarfoot? What's up, Sugarfoot? You coming up here to talk to me? Do I need to drop a link? Do I need to drop a link? What's up, Sugarfoot? I'm trying to figure out, do I need to drop a link? You gonna come up here and speak? What's up with the flamethrower in the building? Deity, you gonna come up here and speak? All right, let's talk about it, homie. Let's talk about it. Exchange, major U.S. financial institutions, Wall Street, and the Federal Reserve Bank. This vibrant area is also home to Smithsonian's National Museum of American Indian, George Gustavo Center. The Smithsonian National Museum of American Indian, founded in 1989, by act of Congress, the first national museum dedicated to native cultures of the Western Hemisphere, which includes North, Central, and South America, right? So we're gonna come down here. Manhattan. The Lenape Manhattan's original inhabitants called the island Manhattan, which means hilly island. Okay? So this was home to the Lenape. This was home to the Lenape. When I get done with you niggas, we gonna prove that the Lenape is people today that they call niggas. All right? Shout out to Bert from Markin, goddamn. Bert, you see how we turned this whole thing around? This Bert people. She said, nah, you know what I'm saying? Man, you know what? Y'all excuse me real quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all excuse me real quick. Hey, we finna go into Bert people them right here, man. Deity, come here. Come here, bring your ass here. Come here right now. Come here. I bring your ass here. Bring your ass here real quick. My bad, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. We gonna be right back to the bill, goddamn. But I had to slab park this motherfucker in traffic and hop out on that ass. I had to slab park this motherfucker in traffic, goddamn. Come here, Deity. Flamethrower. Shout out to the G Turtle gang, Ben Lenape. Ben Lenape. Oh yeah, we finna go into the Lenape. You feel me? Cause see, they came back in 9-1. This was a whole play. This was a whole play. And Kittle's running around here and he front line and he pulling the light. Listen, we finna walk this shit all the way down. Deity, come here. Where you at? That's what I thought. Bird say, my mama folks, shout out to Big T, Tamani, Tamani, Tamani. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Deity, you showing that? You better get little in the chat. You better get little in the chat. All right, y'all. Let's get back to the bill. If y'all see her in here, let me know. Lock that door. If y'all see her in here, let me know. It's all good, did you? Another Quelo, she love me in the morning. Ain't that right, Frank? All right, let's turn up. Rich with natural resources, Manhattan was an abundance of fruits, nuts, birds, and animals. Fish and shellfish were plentiful, and the ocean was full of seals, whales, and dolphins. Migrant birds flew to the local marshes based on the available food supply or weather conditions. The body of water off the coast of Lower Manhattan is the story, a place where the salt waters from the Atlantic Ocean mixes with fresh water from the Hudson River. Let me come down here. The Lenape of Manhattan. The Lenape lived in Manhattan, now called Manhattan. Prior to European contact, the word Lenape means the people in their language. The Lenape spoke an Algonquian language, one of many family languages in North America. The Algonquian language family consists of over 20 languages. The Lenape family lived in bark-covered houses with shaped like a dome. They could extend their houses as family grew. Men tied sapling trees together from the form, round, and shapes. They wrapped structures with layers of bark and covered the doorways with animal skin. Each home had an opening on the roof to allow smoke from the cooking fire inside to escape. Okay? And y'all know other people, don't nobody cook but us. Let me run that back real quick. All right. Let me run that back. Each home had an opening on the roof to allow smoke from the cooking fire inside to escape. All right. Don't nobody cook but us. That's why you still go to these other motherfuckers. They still ain't cooking. These motherfuckers still down there want the meat raw. They just put a little fire on that bitch so you won't look at them crazy. All right. They don't even throw seasons on the motherfucker. They just throw the damn meat on the fire, okay, and flip it just so you don't look at them crazy. Just so you don't look at them crazy. Did to that shit ain't funny. It ain't funny. That shit ain't funny. You understand me, girl? You quit running from my love around here. Bark to cover the opening during bad weather. Lenape people spend most of their time working outdoors, except in the cold winter months when they people visited one another and worked on indoor chores and repairing clothing and tools. Lenape dressed in clothing they made from materials found in their environment. Women made clothes that were suitable to weather and the seasons appropriate for them to work to be, I mean, for work to be done. When it was warm, the Napi women and girls wrapped around skirts they made from plant materials, and men and boys lined cloths made from deer skin. When it was cold, men and women and children wore animal skins and furs. The Lenape in Manhattan used natural resources for things they needed in daily lives. All right, so check them out. You got the Wampanoag and the Narrow City over there. You got the Shinnecock right there, the Mohicans right there, and the Haudenosaunee. This the Iroquois, right? This they family too. Iroquois, right? They lived in long houses that they extended as well, right? They all ran the matrilineal society. You feel me? Now these will become their enemy, the Iroquois. Remember, we just got to talk about the Iroquois the other day. Niggas be running around the hell talking. Niggas don't be knowing what they talking about though, right? Manhattan changed. The Lenape encountered the first Europeans in the 1500s. European Giovanni, the Veranzio in 1524, and Henry Hudson in 1609 sailed into Manhattan Harbor. Hudson went back to Europe and they spoke of the large numbers of beaver in what is now the northeast coast of the United States. By the early 1600s, the Lenape were actively trading furs and other items with the Europeans. In 1964, as the Dutch settled, hold on, let me take y'all somewhere real quick first, right? Champollion, when they came 1609, you had a little scuffle, right? Now they landed in they was in Canada, right? This is before it was called the Hudson. They was in Canada. They met up with some niggas up there, and they wanted them to help them. They had an enemy, which were the Iroquois, right? They was getting into it with these Iroquois niggas. So Champollion then went down there. It was 8 of them. He took 8 of his homies, and he had a few Indian niggas come down there with him, right? And they just wanted to show them where they was at. So on their way back, they fucked around and ran into the Iroquois, right? It was cool when they went down there. They ain't see nobody with no drum with no smoke. On their way back, Iroquois nigga must have said, "Hey, who them niggas is right there?" You feel me? And they pulled up on them. And at this time, niggas ain't had guns, right? And so 3 of the chiefs came out from the Iroquois. And long story short, them niggas got into it or whatever, and they killed they killed all 3 of the chiefs, and they dipped. You know what I'm saying? Niggas retreated. The Iroquois retreated because they fired. They had guns or whatever. They retreated. You know, they shot their arrows and shit. They retreated, but then they came back and started doing raids. That was 1609. That's when it was really up, right? That's what started the first Beaver Wars, right? That right there what popped it off. All right. So we come down here. Let me get over here. How y'all feeling out there, goddamn? I hope I ain't boring, y'all. Bird say Iroquois cousins, like a motherfucker. Yeah, the Iroquois came from the French. All right, now we over here in what they're called. Well, then I guess I would read this. It's been said in 1626 that Lenape. Hold on. European 1624, the Dutch settled in what is now Lower Manhattan. The Lenape of Manhattan began to lose their homeland. All right, now let me come over here. Evidence concludes that free blacks held the lands in New Netherlands when the English conquered the New Netherlands. There was a rush to obtain English deeds to confirmation to land formed. Hold on, man. I'm not gonna come there first. We'll come over here. I had that slide in the wrong spot. My bad. I had that slide in the wrong spot. Tyrone Kennard in the building. What's up with it, homie? In the rear way. Courtney Milton in the building. I see you, family. In the real way. Hey, y'all, make sure the likes up. Appreciate that love, David. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that love. All right. Early relations with the colonists. In the course of the long, complicated story of migration, in which the Lenape lived in at least 10 different states and signed 45 different treaties with the whites, the tribe made its mark on American history. They were involved in many events. One famous early incident is selling of Manhattan Island. Now, the Central Bureau of New York City's first, the Canarsie Band of Brooklyn, tried to sell the island to the Dutch, but it really was the Manhattan Band who controlled this territory. In 1626, they made the deal with Peter Manute for 60 guilders, $24 worth of trade goods, that is, beads, trinkets, and tools. Some scholars believe that the Manhattan Indians, hold on, yeah, some scholars believe that the Manhattan Indians were part of the Wappingers, the Wappinger Confederacy, and should be classified as the Wappingers rather than as Lenape. Well, it's the same people, right? It was the Wappingers, but it's the same people, right? The Lenni Lenape. In any case, the Lenape and the Wampanoags, both spoke Algonquian languages and were closely related. The Lenape generally lived in the west of the Hudson River and the Wampanoags east of it. The Manhattan did not really believe that they were selling the land forever. To them, no one owned the land belonging to the people. Rather, they thought they were selling the rights to use the land, more like a lease. Lenape. Hey y'all, we doing questions and we doing Q&A after this. We doing cash apps after this. All right, you niggas gonna get y'all gonna learn this shit. We doing cash apps after this, goddamn. You don't get paid to think, you get paid to know. All right. And so it was more like a lease. Lenape having a saying about the sale of Manhattan Island. The great white man wanted only a little land on which it is raised greens for his soup, just as much as Bullock's hide would cover. Here we first might have observed his deceitful spirit. Here we first observe his deceitful spirit. All right, so we're gonna come over here to William Keith. William Keith was born September 1597 in Amsterdam, Highland educated. Hold up, y'all. I can't see the chat. All right, what's up with it, Joseph? In the real way. William Keith was born September 1597 in Amsterdam, Holland, educated to become a merchant. His failed business ventures disgraced him with the merchant community. There were also allegations of dishonesty. Then he was sent to Turkey with funds to ransom Christian captives. He misappropriated the money and left the captives to their fate. However, Keith was related to the powerful Powell family, one of whom was a director of the Dutch West Indies Company, which upon the recall of Wotan van Twiller, the company appointed William Keith the next director of New Netherlands. New Netherlands was a Dutch area, right? Now this is where you get New England and Boston and all of this from, right? It was New Netherlands first. The Dutch controlled all of that. They had New Amsterdam and all that up there, right? So Director Keith arrived in New Amsterdam on March 28, 1638. On board a ship, the Heron, although an intelligent, educated, energetic man, he knew nothing of governance and had a tendency to be spiteful. He appointed Dr. Johannes Montage, we're gonna call the nigga Joe. All right, Dr. Joe, as the sole member of director council and arranged the voting system so that he, the director, always had the majority vote. Shortly after his arrival, Director Keith noted that the colony was poor physical condition, and in the first letter back to Holland complained, the fort is open on every side except the stone point. The guns are dismounted, the house is public building or out of repair, the magazine and merchandise has disappeared, every vessel in the harbor is falling to pieces, only one windmill is operation, the forms of the company are without tenants and thrown into commons. Around 1639, the Dutch Parliament became interested in settling the colony and put pressure on the Dutch West Indies Company to relax some of their stricter on settler. The 16-year monopoly of the Dutch West Indian Company on trade was abolished, and trade and farming were open to all. Mm. Hold on. All right. Shortly after his arrival, okay, damn. Where I was at. This led to an influx of settlers, particularly in the following year. The 1640 Charter of Freedom and Exemption came in effect. The new immigrants needed the new immigrants needed land for settlements, and this caused tension with the Native American tribes already living in the area of New Amsterdam. This was New York, right? New Amsterdam was what they call New York now. And so now with these settlers coming in, right? 1640 charters of freedom and exemption came in effect. The new immigrants needed land for their settlements, and this caused tension with the Native American tribes, right? With the Lenape. This caused tension with the Lenape people, right? So in September 1639, Keith levied a tax on the Indians living on both sides of the Hudson River, supposedly for the protection. The Dutch provided them from attacks by rival Indian tribes, and tensions escalated. Keith ignored the advice of representatives assembling the 12 men and embarked upon his own distress Indian war. All right, let's come over here. So in 1639, this will start what would become in history as the Keith War. Y'all can look it up. This is Keith's War, 1639. Conflict largely conducted in the vicinity of New Amsterdam and precipitated by a massacre of Native Americans under the orders of Dutch Governor Willem Keith. Keith's War is also known as Governor's Keith War or William's Keith War. Since the founding of New Amsterdam in 1624, relations with the local natives had been mostly peaceful. This changed, however, when Keith became Director General Governor of New Netherlands in 1638. Now, these people who the Lenape had a problem with were the Mohawks, okay? This was the Mohawks out of the Iroquois. Now, y'all remember when we was going through the Iroquois history, the Iroquois, the Dutch, they had a relationship with who? With the Mohawk. They had a good relationship with the Mohawk. The Mohawk ended up saying that they were the most powerful, right? Now, this is how they would end up getting weapons, right? They didn't give them weapons at first, but once they started beefing with the Lenape, they armed the Mohawks, okay? They armed the Mohawks, the Dutch. This is how the Mohawks got guns. This is what's gonna create the whole slavery situation. When niggas started enslaving niggas, right? This is what's gonna create it right here. When the Dutch put guns in these niggas' hands. All right, 1639. Appreciate that love, Tyrone. He said, didn't the peacock get called cannibals, the N-word slave? Yeah, the peacock, we're gonna go through the peacock wars too, but not in this bill right here though. Yeah, the peacock, they was a motherfucker. That peacock was a motherfucker too. What's up with the copper? And he say Top Cat Big T salute in the real way. He said just like New Orleans and Puerto Rico, the port was port-based area. Bert said bastard, fucking bastards. What's up with it, Lowland? He said, man, bunch of the New Yorkers and the Caribbeans, and they all think they from Africa. Facts. Don't worry about it. We got something for that too, right? This is when they started being sent over there to the Caribbeans, right? Now, that company, right? Through the same company that Keith People them ran. Hold on, let's go back. Right here. Check it out. Check it out. This is what it's called in history, family. This was the family that he came from. He was related to the Powell family, one of whom was a director of the Dutch West Indies Company. All right, it making sense now. This when the war, so when the wars kicked off, in the Dutch, Keith under Keith, he armed the Mohawks, or in history they called it the Iroquois. He armed the Mohawks, right, to fight against the Lenape. You see what I'm saying? And when the Mohawks had guns, they was able to come in and enslave the Lenape. You see what I'm saying? And when they enslaved them, they sent them to his kinfolk now in the West Indies, nigga, where they company come from. where their company was at, right? In the West Indies. That's how niggas got to the West Indies. Hey, they go when I'm gone, they gonna remember my name. You see how we just broke that shit down real simple? We ain't through with the bill yet. You know what I'm saying? And I shorten this bill up too, because I ain't gonna be that damn nigga. It's 3 in the morning already. You know what I'm saying? You nigga better support the goddamn channel. You niggas, you can't go get this shit nowhere else. You can't go get this shit nowhere else, nigga. That's a motherfucking fact. You gonna be running up talking about a whole lot of shit that don't matter, nigga. You can't go get this shit nowhere else, nigga. You nigga better goddamn nigga appreciate me while I'm here, goddamn. Y'all wondering why I'm putting all this shit down every day, nigga. I ain't gonna be around this motherfucker all, every day, goddamn. Y'all gonna show up one day, nigga, and I'm gonna be gone on y'all motherfucking ass, nigga. All right, conflict largely conducted in the vicinity of New Amsterdam, participated by a massacre of Native Americans under the order of Dutch governor. It was a massacre of Native Americans under orders of Dutch governors William Keith. War was also known in governors. Okay, all right, we're gonna come down here. Amsterdam relations with local Native Americans had been mostly peaceful. This changed, however, when Keith became director of governor of New Netherlands in 1638. Keith's fear provoked a Russian tribe allegedly in a retaliation for the thefts of pigs on Staten Island. Okay, now so nigga went through there, stole some pigs from the niggas on Staten Island. In response, we're gonna call them the Raritan. The Raritans burnt a Dutch farmhouse and killed 4 Dutch settlers. In 1641, the Wickapossett, the Wissapocket tribesmen showed up at the door of the wheelwright named Clay Smith. Nigga, bring it to your front door. Okay, we gonna call him the Wick. Wick and them showed up to the nigga front door, showed up to the door of wheelwright named Clay Smith, who lived a few miles north of New Amsterdam. The tribesmen pretended to be interested in buying clout, but then killed Smith. Check him out. Why did nigga thug out? Nigga went over there, bitch, trying. Nigga try to go get some product, huh? Nigga knocked on the nigga door, huh? Told that nigga they pretended to be interested in buying clout, but killed Smith in revenge for the murder of the tribesman uncle in 1625. Went over there and laid the murder game down on this bitch ass. Nigga, you killed my uncle, hoe ass nigga. Keith demanded that the Wick produce the killer at once and hand him over to the Dutch officials. They refused to comply. Bitch, you gonna have to kill us all. In one fight, we all fight. Bitch, you gonna have to kill us all. In August 1641, Keith assembled the citizens of the town and appointed an advisory council of 12 men to deal with the brewing Native American crisis. Okay, so now check this out. Keith assembled the citizens of the town to appoint an advisory council, right? Check this out. They ain't let me click on it. An advisory council of 12 men to deal with the brewing Native American council. So they had a council of 12, right? These are niggas who gonna make decisions and shit. The questions facing the committee were fourfold. Should the Dutch seek revenge for the murders of Smith? Should the natives' whole village be destroyed in the process? How and when should retaliations be exacted? And who should conduct such an endeavor? Keith's hope was that the council would simply draft plans for a war. He himself had already been plotting. Okay, so he got these 12 because his kinfolk them, his family members, they gonna be asking questions and shit because they want everything to run smooth. And they, before they sent his ass out there in 38, they had a good relationship with the Lenape, right? Now, what happened was he already wanted smoke. He had already been over there chilling with the Mohawk niggas, and the Mohawk niggas were like, fuck them niggas some hoes anyway. I know them niggas. I grew up with them niggas ain't, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, the nigga who killed, I know the nigga who killed him, right? You know what I'm saying? And all this type of shit. So he was sitting over there like, all right, I'm finna put these guns in you niggas' hand, and we gonna take them niggas shit, and I ain't gotta hustle with them niggas. Cause you gotta remember these niggas, New Amsterdam, this area that they was in was the same area that the Lenape was in. And so they wanted that land anyway. Keith wanted that land that the nigga was on, but he had to get them off. So he teamed up with the Mohawks. All right. Now check it out. Keith would hope that the council would simply draft plans for the war he himself had already been plotting to decimate. However, the council was not so eager to engage in warfare. The council response to Keith's question was a diplomatic one. The council did agree that force should be used if necessary, but its pension recommended a careful course of action. The council also seemed to understand the position that Keith was trying to put them in. So his members cleverly replied that since it was Director General, he must lead the way in any plan of attack. The councilman did favor continuing the advice of Keith. However, angry at the council response, Keith issued a decree thanking his members for their help, but forbidding the 12 councilmen to meet again. So he dismantled the whole operation, right? Cause they said, all right, nigga, if you gonna ride, homie, it's gonna be on your call. Cause when word get back to his people and them back home in the West Indies, we ain't got nothing to do with that. You feel me? That's your people and them, homie. It's gonna be your call if we gonna ride. So he said, all right, you know what, nigga, thank you, but no thank you. Okay? Bitch, you're fired. He fired them all. And so he gonna end up putting another council together, 8, right? But he got rid of that 12. On February 25th, 1643, Keith ordered the Dutch to attack, and it be jump to attack 2 groups of unsuspecting Whigs at Carlisle's Hook in Manhattan and Pavona in New Jersey. The natives had encamped at those spots for points, not seeking refuge from the Mohawks, their adversary. Okay, now we got the Mohawks in the picture, right? They've been there, but they just went caught. They was calling them Native Americans, right? That's why I put clarification on it. The native had encamped on those spots from the points north, seeking refuge from the Mohawks, their adversaries. That evening, that former leader of the adversary council, David DeVries, tried to convince Keith of the folly of his plans. Even as the soldiers prepared for attack, the raid went ahead, and more than 100 natives were massacred while they slept. Although Keith's order specified that women and children be spared, such was not the case. In his journal, DeVries recorded the vicious brutality directed against the natives, reporting that he could hear the screams. Hold up. That he can hear the screams of the village founder. Of the victims at Pavona. He wrote the Native Americans were massacred in a manner to move the heart of a stone. The colonists were not happy that Keith had gone against their wishes. Indeed, they knew that the state of war with the natives would seriously affect the fur trade. And they did not trap animals themselves, but relied on Native Americans in their main sources for furs, right? So they didn't trap, they didn't know how to hustle. They didn't know how to hustle out there, the white boys, right? So they was relying on their relationship with them. And this nigga that went out there and massacred these people at Pavona, homie. And it's finna be some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be some shit. They went out there and killed them folks in the way that he did it. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of niggas separated themselves from this shit. You feel me? Because this shit about to fuck up the business. As they did not trap animals themselves, but it's relied on Native Americans in their main source for fur. Y'all all right out there? Bang the like button. Bang, drop a 1 if y'all all right. All right. Safety also a major concern for the Dutch colonists, despite the orders of the contrary. Dutch settlers had continued to trade and sell guns and gunpowder to various native tribes. Y'all hear that? Dutch settlers had continued, despite orders to contrary, Dutch settlers had continued to trade, sell gunpowder to various native tribes as the conflict expanded beyond the Wick tribe that Keith had ordered to attack them. The colonists realized that their forces were badly outnumbered by Native American warriors. The colonists were outnumbered by Native American warriors by about 1,500 to 200. All right. Native warriors killed colonists all over New Netherlands and destroyed their homes, crops, and livestock. Safety could only be found within around the walls of the crumbling fort of Amsterdam, whereas the former's outlying areas to the north were the constant targets of nighttime strikes by natives. An appeal for help to the English settlement at New Haven was rebuffed. Natives murdered the recent arrived Ann Hutchinson and refugees from Massachusetts and six of her children in isolated land in the Bronx that Keith had given her. The settlements at Mespot in present day Queens was wiped out during Keith's war. Niggas getting active around that hoe. Niggas getting active. The village founder, the Reverend Francis Doughty, fled to New Amsterdam, a settlement across the North Hudson River in present-day New Jersey, was decimated. Gravesend in present-day Brooklyn came under native attack, but was not destroyed. The fighting continued into 1644 as the war became more expensive and destructive. It nearly bankrupted the colony. Keith proposed levying taxes on beaver skin and beer, the outrage of citizens. The tide turned in 1644 when the Dutch hired English mercenaries led by Captain John Underhill, combining his men with newly arrived Dutch forces. He raided a Native American settlement in Connecticut at night, killing hundreds. Hundreds more natives were slain soon after another raid north of Manhattan Island. Beginning in April 1644, Underhill led skirmishes on Long Island, and his men killed more than 100 natives at the Massapequa. Finally, by the summer of 1645, both sides were ready to end the bloodshed, and peace treaty was negotiated in August 1645. Chiefs and representatives of several native tribes held a ceremony in front of Fort Amsterdam to mark the end of the hostilities. The term of peace treaty stated the Dutch would stay away from Native American settlements and that armed natives were not allowed to approach Dutch settlements. Okay, it was the Pavona Massacre. The Pavona Massacre that started it all. Today in New York history, 1643 massacre Lenape almost dooms New Amsterdam. Okay, and that's what we just went through. All right, I'm starting to build up. And so we come over here to the Smithsonian. The true native New Yorkers can never truly reclaim their homeland. Nearly 400 years ago, the alleged sale of Manhattan, some Lenape strive to reawaken their cultural heritage on the islands where their ancestors thrived. When the Dutch arrived in the 17th century is what is now New York City, they encountered with indigenous people known as the Lenape, were at first mostly amicable according to historical records. They shared the land and traded guns, beads, and wool, beaver furs, and mixed golds. The Dutch even purchased Manhattan Island from the Lenape in 1626. The transaction enforced the eventual building of a wall around New Amsterdam, marked by the beginning of the Lenape forced mass migration out of their homeland. The wall started showing up on maps in 1660s, was built to keep the Native Americans and British keep out the Native Americans and the British. It eventually became Wall Street, and Manhattan became Manhattan. Where part of the Lenape trade route known as the Wick became Breadwick, later on Broadway. Okay, that's where they got Broadway from. That's where they got Wall Street from. The Lenape helped shape the geography in modern day New York City, but other traces of their legacy have all but vanished. In one of the most diverse cities in the United States, there are telling few native New Yorkers. Some Lenape today, however, are working to bring their historic back to the city. All right. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna see who these people are today. Hold on before we jump into that. I wanna make sure y'all still with me. Goddamn. Drop a one if y'all still with me. Drop a one if y'all still with me. In a real way. Bang the like button, bang the cash up, goddamn. I'm finna get y'all out of here. Bang the like button, bang the cash up. I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Oh shit. Let me share my screen. I'm tripping.
not like we can go down the road, cut down trees for our houses as we used to.
Hey, don't that shit look beautiful?
It's not like we can,
So this homie right here, he has them. Now these are people from. Hold up.
Which is the borders of Long Island, the borders of the surrounding areas.
Check your boy out.
And all the way from the Caribbean, we have a Taino dancer.
So they got from the Caribbean, they got some Taino dancers out there with them, right? Now I told y'all these are the people that started off the slave trade going to the Caribbeans. All right.
Our traditional areas. And once one people. In a public weren't allowed to dance our dances, our traditional dances. Huge accomplishment.
All right, hold on, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta speed this up. I want to get y'all out of here, man. I gotta catch 78 this Friday. He had a good show last night, goddamn. Got y'all there right out of here. Shout out to 78. All right, that's a Shinnecock, right? Which also come out of this same family, right? Now, for niggas who think that these weren't black people, let me show y'all a Shinnecock that y'all might be familiar with, right?
The drugs, the crime, the poverty. These were tough neighborhoods, but they were also he was one.
My great grandfather was an Indian chief, Shinnecock, from the Shinnecock Reservation in Long Island, Riverhead. So that's where my mother met my father in Long Island. Dirty just carried his heritage to the limit. We're Indians. I say, and they used to say, yeah, the Indians, we sold Manhattan. I said, well, listen, they sold Manhattan for trinkets. So you always said, well, we're going to try to get it back. I said, Rusty, please. You're not getting it back.
That's ODB. That's his sister right there. That's his sister right there that was talking.
Moonlight in the street. Got Wall Street. The reason why that name's Wall Street was war is built there to keep the Indians behind one end of the wall, while the Dutchmen came in, controlling their business on the other side of the wall.
You know what I'm saying? So you look at ODB, which is a descendant. Shit, you look at Bert. That's Bert and them people now. That Bert and them people them and shit from right there. And his chief
DNA testing.
All right, and so Hold on, let me come out here. Let me look at y'all real quick. All right, we about to go into the last part. Let me pull y'all back up. All right, what's up with it? 1900 hustle. He said, yes, the algorithm found me too. I'm telling Tasha Z and everyone to post it on YouTube. Hey, I'm buffering still. I'm still buffering. Hey, drop a one if I'm still buffering. I mean, if I'm good now. Drop a one if I'm all right now. Damn, I don't know why I'm buffering. Y'all drop a one if I'm all right. Let me know if we rock or not. Oh, just the video. Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. We good money. All right. So check this out, huh? Now, so we come here, right? This all started. I'm gonna show my screen for this part. Had to come check on y'all real quick. I'm finna get y'all out of here. I'm about to get y'all out of here. All right. So we started off over here. This burial ground. They found this burial ground in 91, and they came back 1990. What happened in 1990? Let's scroll down here. They passed that law. And so, because of Native Americans were saying that was their ancestors that was buried down there. Okay. Advocates saw parallels between their demands and the long ongoing struggle of Native Americans that campaigned against the desecration of Native American burial grounds. Okay. Native American burial grounds led to the passage, right? Then they come back and say that they found Negroes down in the motherfucker. 2 centuries ago, map makers noted Negro burial grounds in Lower Manhattan. Okay? Negroes in Lower Manhattan. These y'all niggas, all right? It's our people. Okay? And so we come down here. All right, we come down here. New York activists insisted that black experts were needed to place the burial ground in their proper historical and cultural context. As a result, what happened? Howard received a contract to oversee the project. Okay? Howard received a contract to oversee the project. Why? Because activists insisted that black experts were needed to place the burial ground in its proper historical, cultural context. Okay? Thus created at Howard University, the African Burial Ground, ABG, in New York City. Okay? In New York City. And so we're going to come back over here. Michael Blakey, who teaches anthropology at Howard and Brown University, said it is immediately possible to do what Kittles is proposing. In fact, he said, Kittles got the idea from their collaboration on the New York project, where a broad group of scientists in attempting to match the DNA extracted from skeletal remains found 8 years ago in the urban construction, right? Which came from this project, which came from right here. And these people needed them to put this together. They was getting heat from Native Americans. This was a Native American burial ground. And then it got changed when they said they needed activists insisted that black experts were needed to place it in its proper historical And so once that happened, these niggas became African. Okay, these people all of a sudden became African. But Bones revealed little known tales of slaves. All right, here they saying they don't know who it is, but when you come over here, they tell you that they was Africans. The African burial ground at largest monument dedicated to African people, because they said they needed somebody to put it in its proper historical perspective. Okay, African people has called the single important historic urban archaeology project undertaken in the United States. Over 20,000 Africans were buried across the 5-acre burial ground in the 17th and 18th century. Well, who were there in the 17th, 18th century? That's what we just walked through. Okay? That's what we just walked through. All right? That's what we just walked through. Who were there? This was Manhattan. Okay? The Lenape of Manhattan. Okay? That's who were there. That's who were there on this island before the Dutch came in. All right?
And determine where in Africa our forebears. DNA testing can determine where in Africa our forebears were from. Among those using the test to trace their family's past, Spike Lee, Oprah Winfrey, and actor Isaiah Washington, one of the stars of Grey's Anatomy.
Brother Washington, in your mitochondrial DNA, it's quite common among the Mende and Temne people in Sierra Leone.
Trace their ancestry back to Africa.
About young, I mean, how do you think that? Did that impact their psyche? We went through slavery. We didn't start with slavery.
Vi Higgins' prospect of tracing even a tiny fraction of her ancestry.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. Since it's buffering, this is what I'm going to do. Since it's buffering, I'm just going to play the audio. Since it's buffering, I'm just going to play the audio, family.
Back to Africa was enthralling. 60 Minutes sent her DNA to African Ancestry, as well as to several other genetic genealogy companies, to see what they could tell us about Vi's maternal lineage.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
Kittle's company sent Vi what they call a certificate of ancestry.
Oh my God.
It says that you share maternal genetic ancestry with people from the Mende tribe in Sierra Leone. Do you know anything about Sierra Leone or the Mende people? No. Nothing.
Don't know nothing about these people, all right? Don't know nothing. It's a straight scam.
People have been waiting a lifetime for something like this. Now, this is just a tiny bit of information now.
But they take it as huge.
Right, because it's cracking open the door that was closed for centuries.
There's a place in Africa you could say that I'm from, a tribe. I am thrilled. It puts a name, a place, a location, a people. It opens up such possibilities.
But the problem is, Sierra Leone wasn't the only answer Vi got.
Y'all hear that? Sierra Leone wasn't even the only answer that she got. All right, now let's check it out.
A company called Relative Genetics found a match to a single person in the Wobi tribe in the Ivory Coast.
Different? Now, I got all excited about that, and this is different. Now, how could that happen?
Then a third company, Trace Genetics. Your particular sequence matches sequences reported among multiple Mendanka individuals in Senegal.
What's up with this?
And Family Tree DNA, the company that linked Vi with Marion in the first place, came up with a whole list of matches. This goes on and on.
My goodness.
So what do we know about Vi's ancestry?
Okay. She done got about 10 different answers now. Okay. She done got about 10 different answers now. Why all these niggas always want to tell you to go back to the DNA and all this shit here, huh? Go back and take you one of these little tests.
The DNA does indicate that she has distant relatives in the Mende tribe, but she also has relatives in all those other tribes. So no one can say for sure where Vi's maternal ancestor actually came from. When I handed Vi the certificate, she got extremely emotional about it. She wept, and it meant so very much.
People want to believe,
They want to believe they've gotten an answer.
and it's not fair of us to let them believe that we're giving them certain answers because scientifically, we just can't.
Hank Greeley is concerned that the science isn't really there yet for you to be giving them the name of a tribe.
I think for most companies, I would be concerned too.
But what about your own company?
We have
He
the
didn't
largest,
exclude you. He included you.
but we have the largest set of sequences from Africa. So with that, we're able to provide some level of probability in terms of frequency.
But he would say that even though you have the largest database, it's still small on the scope of things.
As I said, I share those concerns
About yourself.
for DNA.
And that's the rub. This business of genetic genealogy is fraught with limitations. For one thing, it can
It's fraud with limitations, all right?
only provide information about a tiny fraction of our ancestry.
Watch this here.
Rub. This business of genetic genealogy is fraught with limitations. For one thing, it can only provide information about a tiny fraction of our ancestry. This business of genetic genealogy is fraught with limitations. For one thing, it can only provide information about a tiny fraction of our ancestry.
Listen, family.
Because we get half our DNA from our mothers and half from our fathers, almost all of our DNA gets shuffled and remixed every generation, making it impossible to trace what comes from whom. There are just 2 bits of DNA that remain pure: the Y chromosome, which passes directly from father to son, and something called mitochondrial DNA, which passes unchanged from mother to child. Hank Greeley, a law professor at Stanford University, has studied this new field. He worries that people don't realize just how many ancestors they actually have.
8 generations ago, both you and I had 256 great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents.
Wait, you're saying that if you go back 8 generations, we have 256 great-great-great-grandparents?
Yes, it doubles every generation. So you've got 2 parents, you have 4 grandparents, you have 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-great-grandparents, and it adds up fast. It adds up so fast, in fact, that if you go back 20 generations, you've got over 1 million grandparents.
1,048,576 to be exact. And in each generation, DNA testing can provide information about only 2 of them.
So you could be Peruvian on your mother's side, Japanese on your father's side, Swedish on everything else.
And you'll never know.
And you'll never know the Swedish from the Y chromosome or the mitochondrial DNA.
Now, you've looked at several of these companies that are doing these tests.
Yes.
Do you think that they explain what you just explained to us?
No, I don't think any of them does as good a job of pointing out the limitations.
You. He included you.
But we have the largest, I would be concerned too.
Yet for you to be giving them the name of a tribe.
I think for most companies, I would be concerned too.
But what about your own company?
We have
He
the
didn't
largest,
exclude you. He included you.
but we have the largest
set of sequences from Africa. And so with that, we're able to provide some level of probability in terms of frequency.
But he would say that even though you have the largest database, it's still small on the scope of things.
As I said, I share those concerns.
He shared them concerns. Hey man, say man, you know, when I'm gone, these niggas gone. When I'm gone, you niggas gonna miss me. All right. Now I got a Cash App question. I got a Cash App question, right? What year was slavery abolished in Texas, and by who? What year was slavery abolished in Texas, and what year was slavery first abolished in Texas, and by who? And I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. What year was slavery first abolished in Texas, and by who? And I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. And you niggas ass ain't support the show neither, nigga. I don't know. Maybe y'all gonna have to step back to see how big this bill was. This was heavy, nigga. This was some heavy shit right here. Maybe y'all gonna have to step back to see how big this motherfucker was. Let me put the clock on y'all too. It's 3:45. Oh no, well 6:45 on y'all side, and so I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes. So at 3:46 on my clock, I'm getting out of here, y'all. 3:46, I'm getting out of here if I ain't got one. Now I got a minute. I'm seeing some answers out there, but I don't see the right one. I asked this question yesterday too. Y'all didn't even get it. This right here for a $10 super chat. I mean, it's $10 cash app. Goddamn. What year was slavery first abolished in Texas, and by who? 30 seconds on the clock. Shit, 15 seconds look like on the clock. Y'all niggas can stop guessing and everything, goddamn. All right, nigga, it's time up on my clock, goddamn. You don't get paid to think, you get paid to know. Whoa. In a real way, man. Now I need the real rap came with that one yesterday. With Goy Granger. Man, I want to appreciate y'all pulling up on me. You know, as I always love. Hey, this was a heavy bill right here. This is some shit right here, bro. This one no, you know, this one no regular nigga shit right here. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody ever run up on you and they telling you about go take an African ancestry DNA test and it's owned by a black man, Rick Kittles and all of this shit here, you take them back to 1991 where they found the construction of the site of the graveyard, right? Now who was the people in there that was in the graveyard, right? And then you have to take them back to 1639, okay? Take them back to 1639 of the wars of the Keep War, okay? And the people got massacred there. The Lenape tribe, that was their home. The Manhattan, the Lenapes of the Manhattan, that was their house, okay? Those are the people that they find buried under there. They were black Indians, homie. 1990, they passed a law because there was before 1990 that was known as a Native American grave site, and then in 91 they said it was Negro because when they found them, they was black people. All right, and so then they paid 2.3 billion to bring it in, and Howard got the contract. It was called the African It was the AB it was the ABG, African Burial Grounds. ABG. ABG. They got the contract. They created the ABG. Howard did. And on that board, where they were testing these bodies, doing genetics on them, it was a black genetist there that was a part of the board, and his name was Rick Kittles. Okay, his name was Rick Kittles, and he sold you niggas out. They wanted to put a historical motherfucker. They want to put some historical and put it in its proper perspective, and so they created this whole African narrative around it. Hey man, I don't know what to say. You feel me? And they created this whole African narrative around it. It only tests less than 1% of your DNA. It can't trace you back. You don't go farther than your parents. It's all a game, homie. It's all a scam. But we brought out the history in it, the real history. And if a motherfucker want to play, that's how you deal with them. You gonna give them the history. We done tied back to where the slave trade in America started and everything. How I get to the West Indies and all of this type of shit, right? And they still sleeping on me. Why? Why they still sleeping on me? Why I'm on the island by myself? You know what I'm saying? Why nobody fuck with the kid? Why niggas ain't get my message out? This that big boy drip, watch step, you might slip. You can choose, lose, you can stay confused. When I'm gone, goddamn, I bet the gang gonna remember my name. You know, I ain't gonna get my flowers right now. I see. You know what I'm saying? But I preach peace and unity, homie. We ain't got nobody else but our goddamn self, nigga. And as long as we got each other, we don't need no motherfucking body. Best that ever did it, got away with it. Best that ever did it, got away with it. You gonna be a bad motherfucker if you can outwork me, nigga. I do this shit every day. I study every day, nigga. I pound the concrete every day, nigga. Cause this shit gotta get out to the people, homie. This shit gotta get out to the people. You can choose those, you can stay confused. You can choose those, you can stay confused. Best that ever did it, got away with it. Appreciate that love, Ryder, man. In a real motherfucking way. Y'all share this video, man, and get this out. I love y'all, homie. The legendary Big Chief Top Cat. That's my time. Appreciate y'all for watching me. I'm gone. Appreciate that love, Ricky Salmon. He said you gotta put something on it, learn something new every season in the real way, man. Appreciate the love, Ricky Salmon, in the real way. Appreciate that love, Bert. Repping that Lenape tribe. Bert, you ain't even know this one was for you, nigga. This one was for you and the fam. Turn up.